Previously on Dragon Age.
I shall speak plainly. The tower is no longer under our control. Abominations and demons stalk the tower's halls. There is no alternative. Everything in the tower must be destroyed so it can be made safe again. Once you cross that threshold, there is no turning back. The great doors must remain barred. I will open them for no one until I have proof that it is safe. I will only believe it is over if the first enchanter stands before me and tells me it is so. If Irving has fallen, then the circle is lost and must be destroyed.
Oh, look. Visitors. I'd entertain you, but too much effort involved. Wouldn't you like to just lay down and forget about all this? Leave it all behind. Why do you fight? You deserve more. You deserve a rest. The world will go on without you.
Welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. We are in a section of the game so infamous that there is a mod to skip it entirely. We're in the Fade after being lulled to sleep by a Demon of Sloth. I can't activate that yet. We're in a world of nightmares, and this is our own one, but it's the easiest. Some Grey Wardens.
Welcome, my friend. We fought the good fight and won. Rejoice!
And here's Duncan.
Ah, there you are. I'm not disturbing you, am I?
Yes, you are.
I just wanted to make sure you were happy here in Weishaupt. These grand halls were built by the first Grey Wardens. Isn't it breathtaking?
Why are we here when we should be battling Darkspawn?
The Darkspawn are gone, remember? You were there in the last great battle. It was a triumph for all of us, bringing down the Archdemon and setting the underground lairs ablaze.
If the Darkspawn are gone, then we are no longer needed.
The Grey Wardens shall be keepers of history. We shall tell tales and sing songs of a more tumultuous time, that others may rejoice in knowing that that time is past.
No, this is not what the Grey Wardens are.
And I suppose you know the Grey Wardens better than I do? Foolish child. I have given you so much and you cast it back in my face. Can you not be content with the peace I offer?
You offer complacency, not peace.
It seems only war and death will satisfy you. So be it. Have your war and your Darkspawn. May they be your doom.
I said...
Oh, and there we get attacked.
Something drawing near.
Resisted. Let's see, immediately throw mana clash here. Oh.
Is it
Can
just
I...
me, or do you actually think you
There
have
we
a
go,
chance?
get that guy.
This should be easy enough.
Get Duncan. Ooh. Crushing prison on Duncan. It doesn't matter, he's shattered. Or maybe that's what... oh yeah, that's what the telekinetic force did. That's even better. Obviously, Duncan was not alive anymore, so... there's no way he could be here in Weishaupt with us. And as you can tell, it's not Weishaupt, it's just ruined. Even if it is somewhat like what the real fortress is supposed to look like. And then back there you have the Black City, which you can see no matter where you are in the Fade. And as a mage, we've been in the Fade before. And here comes the annoying parts. You have 3 nightmares, which is where our companions are. The Inner Sanctum, where the biggest demon is. And all these layers around it we have to clear but it won't be straightforward. Because we will be required to do shape-shifting. And you won't be able to get every shape very easily.
Where did you come from? Are you a demon? Wait, I know you, don't I? You were the apprentice who left with the Grey Warden. I would have thought you would end up here with me. Good job for getting out of that trap.
What trap?
The demon traps everything that comes here in a dream it thinks they can't or won't try to leave. I thought I'd escape too, but I've been wandering these empty grey spaces for a lifetime.
I don't remember you from my time here.
I suppose we never had much to do with each other. I heard many good things about you from Irving, however. I am Njal. I was trying to save the Circle when I encountered the Sloth demon. I expect our experiences were similar.
So this is Njal, who had the Litany of Adralla. So I can say that. You have the Litany of Adralla, don't you?
Litany was our weapon against the Blood Mage's domination. But it's too late. Everyone's dead.
There is still hope, isn't there? Or why are there so many Blood Mages here?
I don't know. They must have been practicing in secret, even teaching others. I knew these people, trusted them. The Litany was our only hope of saving the Circle. But now, this place drains you of everything. Hope, feeling, life.
We'll find a way out.
No, there is no way out of here. You think there might be, but you'd be wrong. You see that pedestal there? I've studied the runes on it. Runes that signify different islands of the Sloth Demon's domain. The Sloth Demon itself is on the center island, but you can't get there. The 5 islands around the center somehow form a protective ward. I thought I was getting somewhere when I figured that out, and I went to each island in turn only to have my hopes dashed. There's always an obstacle. You'll see the path but be unable to get to it, and it taunts you and drives you mad.
I think I'll go take a look at this pedestal.
You think you'll find a way out, don't you? You believe that? Maker. I believed it too. It seems like eons ago.
I can actually question him some more. So are the Blood Mages responsible for all this trouble?
Uldred is the mastermind behind it all. At Uldred's suggestion, the Circle was about to ally itself with Loghain when the Terns' treachery was revealed. Uldred made excuses, but we were having none of it. He panicked then, tried to leave. Irving would not let him.
What did Irving plan to do?
I don't know. I don't believe we got to that part. I was barely paying attention. Such meetings are boring. The course of action usually decided before we even congregate.
But how did the trouble start?
Uldred let loose a bolt of energy that flung us all against the far wall. That woke me up. It might have been a signal. That was when a whole group of mages poured into the chamber. And that was when I saw real blood magic in action for the first time in my life. It was like they brought the wrath of the Maker himself down upon our heads.
And the abominations, where did they come from?
I was just getting to that. Uldred must have also dabbled in demonology. When the fighting started, he tried to summon something, or some things. They overwhelmed him, and when his screaming stopped, Uldred was gone.
What do you mean, gone?
I'm sure he wishes he were dead. Uldred became an abomination. And when I saw it, I ran for my life.
You ran, but I thought you were trying to save the Circle.
I was in a panic. Once I calmed down, I thought about what would happen if that thing got out. I gathered some of my fellows and we obtained the litany from the stockroom. I thought if we disabled the others, we could throw everything we had at Uldred. But I saw my friends fall, one by one. And now it's my turn.
What do you know about the litany?
Not much. I know that it stops blood mages from taking over your mind. I don't even know who or what a Drala is. You're better off asking someone more knowledgeable.
Tell me more about this place.
What do you think I could possibly help you with?
You mentioned obstacles before.
Yes. Obstacles and mad dream things. A river of flame before a portal, or a door that shows you freedom through a keyhole that no key will fit. I once found a passageway smaller than my hand with a mouse going to and fro through it. Silly thing fled before I could question it.
A mouse. I once met a mouse in the Fade.
Oh, there are many. Many dreamers. Some think they're mice, others wolves, nightingales, or octopuses. Each dreamer may know things another may not. The mouse could have told me what lay beyond the tiny passage or how to get there. Even how I might make myself small like him and crawl through myself. And if one could become small enough to take one path, perhaps there are similar ways to walk the others.
I'll be back.
Don't mind me then.
Well, examining the pedestal isn't that interesting. It's... Oh, here. A dreamer here is stopping this from working. We can't go through this door. But we can go through this Fade portal.
I just want to leave this place. Is that all you've got?
Hello, little mouse.
Thank you, but too late for me. Kill Yevina, the demoness that rules here. She protects her master, Sloth. There's a door only demons can see. The key must be in another realm. Take my power. Save any others trapped in nightmares. Kill the demons that guard Sloth. Make my...
There we go. Poor mouse, we cannot save. Can go over here though. Double check. There's nothing here. Perhaps we could learn a codex entry if we hadn't already been in the Fade as an apprentice mage. But now we have our first transformation. Mouse has stealth.
On.
Hello. One attack and we're like down to almost half health. Can we summon dog?
Right.
No, not in the Fade. We can examine this disturbing statue. Codex about spirits and demons. By the way, if you interact with these lyrium veins, they restore all your mana. So if we were running low during combat,
Let's get started.
we could touch one of them and keep fighting. A shade. We'll just take this one on.
This should be easy enough.
No problem. There might be another right around the corner.
This should be easy enough.
Another one in the distance. Neat.
This should be easy enough.
Through the portal.
Something happened, didn't it? You look a little different. What happened?
I became a mouse.
Did you? Did it help? I know I saw the tiny holes. Were you small enough to get through?
Yes, it was easy.
You're so much braver than I am. I was so sure it was impossible to get anywhere. Do you think you could learn other shapes? Maybe they could help you get to places you couldn't otherwise.
It may very well be possible, Njal. But we haven't technically cleared this area yet, but we can't do anything else. We have now unlocked the ability to traverse to the other places. So we'll just go to this one and see how far we get. These rooms are very dangerous, and they do have codex entries all over the place, if I recall correctly, but we'll see whenever we are able to find one. Here's a mouse hole that leads to a room on the side. We move extra slow during stealth. No enemies here. And here's an essence of cunning. Permanent +1 increase to cunning. That's what we want. Nothing else here for us. And this other mouse hole should take us somewhere. Burning room with flaming darkspawn. Not where I want it to be.
This should be easy enough.
Okay. Obviously, we cannot traverse through flames. Yet. So we'll just have to stop traveling any further whenever there's too much. Oh. It's a mage.
Less fighting, more dying.
Actually,
Blast
no.
you.
We will... Cone of Cold. Crushing Prison. And so they're all destroyed. More fire blocking our way, but there is one mouse hole here that we can explore. Aha. What can we throw at them?
Is it just me, or do you actually think you have a chance? Right.
There. Some gem locks. Now that we've cleared that room, there's another mouse hole. Where does that lead us?
Yes. Must be quiet. Shh. They won't find me here. They won't find me here.
The Templar spirit.
You.
Darkspawn spirits. We'll try and do that. Should be able to handle one enemy.
They're gone.
There we go.
You did it. You killed them. But not all. Their leaders are behind the unbreakable door. I give you my wisdom. It will let you see. And now I wake.
Here we go. We get the spirit form. Makes you more resilient to magic, but is vulnerable in physical combat. It also allows you to see things that are normally hidden in the folds of the Fade. We get a Winter's Grasp, a Crushing Prison, and a Regeneration, which are not bad spells at all. And we can touch this Essence of Willpower. Permanent increase. We cannot open that door. But we can now get out of here, and actually we can go back to Weishaupt. We'll move a little faster as a human form. We couldn't interact with this, but as a spirit we can. So now we've had 2 points added to willpower. And we'll just have to do one of the other places first. Actually, we can go back to the Raw Fade. And we can now go through this spirit door. Yavina. And maybe I want to stop being a spirit.
Less fighting, more dying, blast you!
There.
You never had a chance!
We've slain her and her minions. Yeah, I figured I would get a codex entry. Twisted Structure. Explanation of the Black City. And so that is all we can do in this place, but another essence of willpower here. Now we can tell Niall that we've killed the demon.
What did you do? I felt something. Like the earth was shifting. Except it probably wasn't the earth.
Killed one of the demons on the islands.
You did? You managed to get to it? I didn't think it was possible. Killing that demon must have opened something. Perhaps the pieces are falling into place now.
Okay, that's all. We just have to pick one of the 3 other places to go to. So I could go to the Templar's Nightmare, for example. And then just see how far I get in this.
Let's get started.
Here's some abominations. There, shattered one.
This should be easy enough.
Yeah, I was gonna say. There we go. Ow. We've cleared the first room. Ooh, books. Sermon on Maleficar. Maleficar are the mages that aren't in the circle. There's a mouse hole back there which we can explore later.
As you wish.
Arcane horror, so we want to mana clash. See anything we can learn here? Traps. No, there are these ghostly doors, fade portals, and it's not entirely clear where they take you sometimes.
Let's get started.
So this one takes us back to where we started. Mouse hole in the first room takes us to the room the arcane horror was in. But there's one on the other side. An ogre. Okay, he resisted me. Cone of cold, yes. Shattered. Great. Easiest ogre I've ever felled.
As you wish. Let's get started.
There. Want to get snuck up on by abominations. Everything you see in the Fade is like an amalgamation of different, like human and elven and like ancient or Tevinter designs. Some abominations. Maybe just the one.
Time for some fun! Excellent!
Okay, that's fine. He's done, but because there's fire, we cannot go into that room. Massive door, so we cannot go into that room.
On it.
We can try going through here. And we just came up to here, okay. What about this door? Back where we started. So, okay, we'll go through that the mouse hole in the second room. Because there's gotta be a little bit more we can do here before we're forced to just go to another place. A Blight Wolf.
Let's get started. This should be easy enough.
Destroyed. Essence of Dexterity. Permanent +1 increase. Well, that's it. Oh, there's just a ship here embedded in the level. That's great. No choice but to leave again. Was there another mouse hole that we've seen? Yes. Okay, so we are here. We want to not be here. There's a mouse hole in the second room. Oh, that was where the fire was. Okay, so that's it for this area. We're in the burning tower. So there might be a lot of fire, as you would imagine. First we'll explore the mouse hole. An essence of cunning. Keep hoping that in spirit form I get to interact with one again. But that's not the case. Okay, through the door.
Let's get started.
First room.
Something drawing near.
Flaming Templars, Burning Templars.
On. Let's get started.
Don't even give them a chance to touch me. Next room. It's a chantry-like room. There's nothing here. There is a mouse hole, but I might be connecting those two. And we can go here to the final room. This time I don't have
As you wish.
Crushing Prison off cooldown, but they don't have that much health. See, then there is a door here, there's fire, so don't want to go through that, and a door I can't open. But we can go through this one. Oh, right, and there's a lot of stuff we can't access here because of fire.
I thought everything was out to get us. Right. Only one shall stand.
Some hounds, but make short work of them.
Time for some fun.
I don't know how many there are, but if we can only aggro one and finish him off.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Is it just me, or do you actually think you have a chance?
There. I know, like, around the corner there's gonna be two more.
Here we go.
There. Fire on all sides, so the only place we can go to in this room is through the mouse hole.
Must control anger.
Right.
It burns. You must die.
Don't like...
This should be easy enough.
this? There we go.
Fading. I am free. Take Ragos's power. Use it and burn him. Burn them all. He guards Sloth. He bars the way. You must destroy the door. Other dreamers. Other powers. Only way.
Now we can be a Burning Man, which walks pretty fast. He's immune to fire, physically weak, vulnerable to cold, and we get the Fireball and Flame Blast spells. But now we can make our way through the fires that were blocking our path before. Such as right here. And it'll let us then change to spirit form and go through the door. We get a cunning and a constitution. And we'll just run back to the entrance. This time we'll double check if there were any places that were inaccessible due to fire that we can now cross. Well, the other half of the Templar's room. Except there's nothing interesting here.
Right.
You're back in an area we've been before. There is a door blocked by flames. So as a burning man we can get through. We'll go back a little further and see. Because it was more fire blocking us here than... Yeah, okay. Now we can get through. Nice. Oh, hello. I can do this, which also knocks me down, but it doesn't do damage. And then... Oh, I am... Oh, now I get knocked down. This is not good. There.
Let's get started. As you wish.
I'm still kind of singed. But now we've cleared out this side area of the Darkspawn place. Her locks.
Let's get started. As you wish. You
there. Let's see. Down and to the right. And another genlock? What? There. Freeze all of you. And set you all on fire.
Let's get started. Wait.
Resist my magics all you want. It's fine. And then there's this massive door we can't get through. And we're back at the start. Okay, so nothing new. But that's fine. And then there's one place we haven't gone to yet. Mages Asunder starts us off in a room. 2 mouse holes. 1 door we can't break down and 1 door we can go through. We'll first just walk out here and see what is out here. I've had enough of this noise. What happened?
This should be easy.
I was gonna say, what happened there? It's got frozen in place. Let's see. Here's one of the mouse holes. Maybe it connects to one of the ones in the first room. I'm not gonna suffer to let them live long enough to get a cast off. Here is an essence we can only touch as a spirit. Essence of magic. Final room on this floor.
Anybody, especially each other.
The solution is so simple. We kill everyone.
How delightful.
I said something drawing you.
So simple sometimes. Wonderful, wonderful. Nothing else in this room.
No mercy!
I think there might be someone... Ah! You see how I got startled? I was gonna say, there was someone invisible here, I'm pretty sure.
This should be easy enough.
There we go. Shattered him.
Excellent!
And in this big room, is there anything we can look at or... Ah!
Only one shall stand.
Another invisible servant. There's definitely fire on the other side here. Quest updated. Find a way past the flame barrier. Okay, yeah, that's... we know already how to do that. And actually, this is a room I was thinking about before. Where they should actually not be able to hurt me, I believe. If I'm in this form. Oh no, they can. Just through their melee attacks.
You have no hope, fleshling!
Oh. It does knock him down.
I can taste your fear, mortal! I can taste your fear, mortal!
So we pretty much don't have to worry about them. And there might be a bigger one spawning. No? I thought there would be. Ooh, mages.
This should be easy enough.
That works. Oh, there's some more mages in the distance there. We can try just letting them do their thing. Until one of them perishes. Or until my mana clashes off cooldown. Oh no, one of them won. It's one down.
Show me what you've got.
Nice. The room cleared out.
This should be easy enough.
Hurting people. It's what we do. We're mages.
Yes, our magic is the power of others. Use your gift today.
Let us play a game. The one who causes the most pain wins.
All but one. Perishing. Ooh, that hurt.
Right.
Nice, okay. Any books we can learn stuff from? Like this feels one that should be able to. Here. Codex updated about the Tranquil. A massive door we can't get through. Oh, here's a book. Cardinal Rules of Magic. And another massive door. No, that we can actually go through this one. Ooh, we have golems.
Let's make this quick.
What is the best course of action here?
Shall we? Let's get started.
That's an option there.
This should be easy enough.
Stone golem.
This should be easy enough. You never had a chance.
The golem is down. Yes. Second priest is down. Good.
Thank you. It is time for this dream to come to an end. I give you my strength. It will be of little use against the demon that rules here, but perhaps it will help in other realms. Find a way to kill all the demon lords to open the way to Sloth. Free us all from this nightmare!
Now we've gotten the golem form, and now we have all the shape-shifting forms. But it doesn't mean it will be particularly easy, but that does mean we can now access everywhere and defeat everything.